Well, hello there, all you strange and interesting creatures of the internet. Welcome back to the All Seasons on F1 2019. As you can see, we're 63 points behind Alexander Albon, and the championship is slipping away, and we've dropped down to third now in the vehicle performance comparison chart. But the fight back begins right here for the next part of this season. Just looking at the gearbox, 49%. It's getting to the dodgy area, but we're okay at the moment. Still 2 more races, though, to be completed with this current gearbox. So we have some updates from Emma, our weekend preview. It's time for the Singapore Sling, and oh dear. One of our developments has failed. It's going to be raining for Singapore as well. Fantastic at the start of the race, and it's going to go to dry conditions. That's going to be a fantastic race. I cannot wait at Singapore. Let's do this.
Welcome along again to the Marina Bay circuit. The atmosphere is thick, not just with humidity, but with tension as well, as we get ready for qualifying here at the Singapore Grand Prix.
So here we go, underneath the floodlights at the gorgeous Singapore circuit, a circuit that the Hookster has started to grow to like. Yes, hated it at first, but over the years he has matured on this circuit, and he's certainly put in some pretty decent results as well. Anyway, first qualifying run at the moment, Sergio Perez has got pole for 1:37.730. What time the Hookster going to do is he puts across the line, it's going to be... oh, it's close, it is very close. Second place at the moment, just... shy of a quarter of a second down. Perez currently in second place. As we accelerate forward now to a little bit later to qualify, you can see Lewis Hamilton, the blessed one himself, has got himself into pole position. Don't forget, of course, driving for Red Bull in 2019. Albon is currently in 11th place. Of course, our championship rival at the moment. We're in 12th position, and unfortunately, we're not going to improve on our time. No. So we stay in 12th at the moment. And unfortunately, we come back into the garage. We've got a drag reduction system fault, which we've got to wait for. And unfortunately, there's not enough time to put in another qualifying run. So that is it for qualifying. Unfortunately, we were 12th, but have we dropped down any further than that? Well, we're about to find out. Unfortunately, no more time left. So Lewis Hamilton got pole position. Lance Stroll's in 13th place, so we are definitely below 12th. As you can see, Lucas Webber finished in second place. Valtteri Bottas in third position. Alexander Albon in the end finished in 6th place, and we ended up in, oh shit, 18th position for the race. Let's do this.
As the sun sets over the South China Sea, the sport that never sleeps is alert and raring to go. Welcome, under the bright lights of the Marina Bay circuit, to another Singapore Grand Prix. It's a very long, very physical lap, this one, and really there's not much in the way of margin for error. So we have a bit of an endurance race for you tonight. We have a high risk of a safety car here today, as the abundance of tight corners mixed with these wet conditions could put a few cars off into the barriers. 23 turns then, 13 to the left and 10 to the right, make up the 3.1 mile lap of Marina Bay. With the Grand Prix nearly upon us, Anthony Davidson is by my side once again to offer his perspective. Let's talk about the captain. No grid penalties, no mitigating circumstances, just a poor qualifying performance and a very disappointing start position for them today.
They'll have a sinking feeling as they look up from the cockpit and realise they're in a different postcode to the start line for sure. But the one positive they can hold on to is that the car is quick and they can make their way through the field.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting alongside is Lucas Faber. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Bottas, Verstappen, Sebastian Vettel and Albon, Leclerc, Hülkenberg, Grosjean and Lando Norris, Magnussen, Stroll, Kimi Raikkonen and Sainz, Butler, Perez, the captain and Daniel Kvyat. Ricciardo, they've taken a grid penalty, and George Russell ends our grid lineup. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
So it's time once again for the 5 lights to go out on the all-seasons clear mode, and we say go, go, go. And it's, away we go. Of course, intermediate conditions at the moment, so it's not full wet as we go into turn 1, but there's lots of spray. Oh, I'm getting pummeled by one of the cars in the side pod. I think it's a Toro Rosso as we go into turn 1. This is going to get very, very tight indeed, but already we're up into 11th position, and there is Le Mans Grosjean. We got Lando Norris, so look at this. We drift down the inside of 2 of the cars there and managed to get past, yes, up into 9th place. Now we're going for Nico Hulkenberg. We're going to see if we can dive down the inside of Hulkenberg. Do we do it? Yes, we do. Yes, up into 8th position, and look who is ahead of us. It's our championship rival, Alexander Albon. Of course, the Mercedes car. This is great news, but can we get past Albon and actually get up higher in the points than what he's going to score in this race? This is the all-important thing, of course, and the answer to that is yes, we are, because look at this. He goes for a dive already on Alexander Albon, makes the position stick, and now up into 7th position. Gets a warning for a collision, but it really wasn't a collision, really wasn't, and he gets through. It's another fantastic performance from the guy that never gives up, and he never surrenders, don't you know? Don't you know? So still chasing Charles Leclerc. Whoa, little bit of Tokyo drift in there from the Hookster. As you can see, the conditions are still very wet indeed, so he's got to be very, very careful. Of course, this is a street circuit, so one mistake and you plough straight into the barrier. But at the moment, the Hookster's holding on to this 7th place. Still on the first lap of the race, of course. Charles Leclerc still ahead, and now Alexander Albon, our championship rival, is behind us, and this is exactly what we need for our championship campaign. So it's almost the end of the lap. You can just see the big wheel in the background now, so we're just coming through this final selection of corners, and it will be the end of lap 1. Still chasing Charles Leclerc. It's still rain at the moment, but it is going to clear up towards about the halfway distance of the motor race. So that means we can bolt on some dry tyres and get some real racing done before the end of this race. So there you go then, end of lap 1. Still in 7th place, still holding on to Charles Leclerc. He's got Verstappen directly ahead of us, and Lewis Hamilton has put in the fastest lap, which means he must be in the lead of the race in the Red Bull car. Fantastic. As we accelerate forward to lap 2, look at this. We have caught up to the back of Charlie Boy Leclerc, and we go down the inside. Do we get past? Oh, wide on the exit though, and that gives Leclerc the opportunity to get the position back. And yes, so we lost that. We gained it, then we lost it. We're just looking at the damage to see if we've got any damage from that. No, it's all good. It's all good. So we continue on, still chasing Charles Leclerc ahead of us on lap 2 in 7th position. Albon, no, he's still behind us. So we're at lap 3. Charles Leclerc is still ahead of us, but looks just getting fed up with being stuck behind him. He's going to go for some kind of kamikaze move soon, surely, but maybe he won't because of the wet conditions. He may be just standing his ground and seeing what happens as the race develops. Don't forget, of course, it is going to dry up towards about the halfway distance in this Grand Prix. Yes, very, very sensible there from Hookster. Look at that. As we accelerate forward to lap 5, still in 7th place. Albon still behind us. The gap to Leclerc is now 1.3 seconds. So he's starting to pull out a little bit of a gap towards us. But we will relentlessly go on and see if we can pursue Charles Leclerc and get past him as we accelerate forward to lap 7. Look at this. Look at this. Well, you can see the gap visually now. We've had enough of this with Charles Leclerc, and we dive down the inside. Do we get through? Yeah. Oh, this is going to be tight. Very, very tight indeed. But yes, indeedy, Mr. McGreedy, we get past. No! Look at this. And he's outbraked himself. We've got yellow flags on the circuit as well. Wow, we forced Charles Leclerc into a mistake, and boy, did he make a big one. Yeah, it's off the circuit he goes. So we nabbed the place away from him, up down to 6th position. We are now in the middle of a Huss sandwich on lap 7 of this Grand Prix. And now we're chasing Maxi Boy Verstappen, who's in the other Huss car for this 2019 season of Season 2 of the All Seasons. As we accelerate forward now to lap 8, we are still chasing Maxi Boy Verstappen, as you can see, but some cars have now come into the pits. Wait. Is it time for dries? Well, no, it's still pissing hard at the moment, so I don't know what's going on here. Anyway, we continue on. We're now up into its first position. Yes, first place. Look at this. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I don't fucking believe it. The DRS has been enabled just as we went past the chuffing pits. I don't believe it. But it's still raining. Look, it's still pissing hard. Oh, God. Anyway, so there you go then. This could be a fundamental mistake. We're in first at the moment, but we are on the intermediate tyres. Our teammate has already come in as well. Hamilton's in 2nd place. He's on the medium tyre now. Has this been a complete cock-up from the Hookster as we accelerate forward to lap 9? Well, the answer to that is yes, it has, because look at the mini-map and you will see how close Lewis Hamilton is behind us, and we haven't even made our pit stop yet. This is disastrous, absolutely disastrous. So now we are going to come in for those dry tyres on lap 9. Hamilton's going to take over the lead, of course, but where are we going to drop down to? I don't know, but hopefully still in the points. For God's sake, I hope it's still in the points. And where's Alexander Albon going to end up? Anyway, we come in now for the dry tyres. Yes, the soft tyre going onto our car. Thank you, lads. Nice, clean, fast pit stop. 2.116 second stop for us. And we're going to resume, I think, in 6th place. No, wait, there's another car going past us. That was Charles Leclerc. I don't believe it. We got past him and he's now jumped us in the pits. So we're now down to 7th position. Oh my God. Oh my God. Raikkonen's still crawling around on intermediate tyres. What is going on here? Anyway, this is now lap 10. We accelerate forward to lap 11. Still holding on to 7th position at the moment. And it looks like that could be our finishing position because we can't actually catch up to the back of Charles Leclerc despite the fact that he's on the medium tyres. But look at this, we are still pushing. We're just putting the fastest lap, but it just wasn't enough to catch up to the back of Charlie Boy Leclerc on lap 12. As we accelerate forward to lap 15, it's the last lap of the Grand Prix now, and it looks like we are going to finish in 7th place. But more importantly than that, where is Alexander Albon? Yes, looking at the mini-map, I can see that, well, it looks like he's behind us. Yes, he is. In fact, both the Mercedes are back there, so maybe only a few points for Alexander Albon, or maybe no points at all because we've got 2 cars behind us. Anyway, Lewis Hamilton has won the race. Well, that's sort of good news, but not, because he is also one of our championship rivals, but he's not really that close to us at the moment, so that's okay. We're going to finish in 7th, but are we going to finish ahead of Alexander Albon? And is he actually going to score no points in this Grand Prix at the Singapore Sling? As all the fireworks come up all over the place now, you can see, and we're about to cross the line with 7th position. Well, we got some points, that's what we needed, but we could have got a few more, I think, if we'd have come in for that pit stop when everyone else did. Anyway, well done, Hookster. Well done indeed. And there is Christian Horner this time. Yes, congratulating his team mechanics on the pit wall there. He says, well done, lads. Well done. And there he is, everyone. Just look. Doesn't have to be a Mercedes, does it? He'll still win races. He's in a Red Bull now, and Lewis Hamilton wins the race. And there is the team mechanics at Red Bull, and there's F1 YouTuber Alva and Xmatty G from WTF1. They're all here. All the stars are here tonight. And up onto the podium now. It's time for the champagne to go over everyone. Yes, but first he'll take his trophy, thank you very much. There he goes, and there's Lucas Webber, look at that. We finished in 2nd place. Well done, Lucas. So now it's time, yes, for the trophy to go over everyone. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. Nice one. Nice one. And up on the top step they go. Fantastic. So let's have a look after that then. We finished in 7th and Alexander Albon only finished in 13th place, so he didn't score any points at all. So in the championship standings now, we are starting to fight back. Look at this, 56 points now behind Alexander Albon in the Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton in 3rd place, 63 points behind. Wowzers. Mid-trousers. As we now move on to the next round of the championship, which is going to be Russia for the Sochi Grand Prix. There are the points situation at the moment. And we've now dropped down in the vehicle performance comparison chart to 4th position. Renault's just beaten us there. Aston Martin has gone into 2nd place. So let's move on now to the Russian Grand Prix at Sochi. We've got some development failures. Thank you, Carl. Front downforce has failed, but the race and the qualifying is going to be dry, apart from maybe towards the end of quali, but we'll get our runs in way before that comes across. And we have now gone up one into 3rd position in the vehicle performance comparison, just beating Aston Martin. And look at that, Renault have gone into the top of the comparison chart. Lucas Webber, of course, is driving for that team, and he has put them up into the top where they've beaten Mercedes. Wowzers. Fantastic performance. And now we've got to put our part on that's failed from the last one. Thank you, lads. Thank you very much indeed. Well done. Anyway, let's move on.
To Sochi, we're about to be joining the action down in the pit lane as the cars get ready to embark on their qualifying runs.
Thank you, Crofty. So out we go for our first qualifying run. Daniel Kvyat, the Russian, is currently in pole position at Sochi. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Let's have a look and see what time we... Oh, wait a minute. Lucas Webb has just picked into the post with a 1:34. We're going to cross the line and it's... Oh, Oh, I don't believe it. It's pole position. Pole position with a 133 point something. Anyway, a little bit later to qualifying, you can see, well, we dropped down to 4th position. But once again, we are slightly up on our delta time. Albon's got pole, everyone. Albon's got pole. What are we going to do as we cross the line? Oh, bloody hell. It's 3rd place, just behind both Mercedes. Look at the time. 0.666. Oh dear. Anyway, a little bit later to qualifying, you can see to leave 4th position, but once again we are up on our delta times. Can we beat Alexander Albon as we come round the corner here? And the answer to that is going to be no, we can't. But it's 2nd place now, 2nd position, just behind Albon. Fan-bloody-tastic. Anyway, we've got 5 minutes left of qualifying now, and are we going to beat Albon this time? Yes, indeedy. Mr. Bloody McGreedy, we've done it. Pole position. Oh my god. So the checkered flag has come out. We've still got pole at the moment, and we are slightly up on the deltas on this run as well. Or we get a warning for exceeding track limits, but I think we've done it anyway. I think we're still going to nab pole position out of this. Let's have a look and see if we have. Fantastic. The answer to that is yes, we have. Wowzers. I can't believe it. So the fight back starts here, everyone. We got a trophy as well. Look at that. Perfect start. Wow, thank you very much. Okay then, let's do this.
Welcome one and all to the Russian Grand Prix. We're just a stone's throw from the Georgian border here at Sochi as we get ready to begin the race that served up an absolute cracker back in 2015. A last lap collision between Kimi Raikkonen and Valtteri Bottas sparked controversy in that race, so let's hope the racing is just as tight today. Situated just 3 miles from the Georgian border, the 3.6 miles Sochi Autodrome has 2 notable overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and then turn 13. 18 corners in total here, 12 to the right and 6 to the left, and it's an average lap speed of around 130 miles per hour. Anthony Davidson, a very warm welcome to you as you join me in the commentary box for today's event. Let's talk about the captain. What do you make of their performance so far this season?
It's been a really solid year so far. There have been some incredible standout performances, but what's really impressed me has been the consistency. With this kind of form, I'm expecting another great race today.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. The captain lines up on pole position, just edging out Alexander Albon, who'll start from P2. Considering the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Nico Hülkenberg and Perez, Magnussen, Sainz, Vettel and Lucas Faber, Russell, Leclerc, Lance Stroll and Kvyat, Norris, Butler, Daniel Ricciardo and Max Verstappen. Raikkonen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
So it's time once more for the 5 lights to go out on the all-seasons career mode. We say go, go, go. And it's away he goes from pole position on the grid. Yes, pole position. He's got to defend from the right-hand side because I think cars may try and sneak past there. But I think he's done it. Yes, he has. Look at this. Look at this. Still in the lead of the race as we go into turn 1. He's looking constantly behind him to see what's happening. But it's like taking Kenny from a baby. The Hookster has maintained first position against Alexander Albon. And of course Valtteri Bottas, both the Mercedes cars. Fan-bloody-tastic. It really is fantastic. And he seems to be putting out a little bit of a gap towards Alexander Albon, as you can see. Yes, a little bit of a gap is definitely forming between us and Albon. Almost half a second already. We've only just started the race. Wowzers. I can't believe it. I just cannot believe it. How much pace has he got in this car at Sochi? Well, quite a lot. It looks like he's got quite a lot indeed. So it's going to be a lot of looking back with the camera at the moment to see what's happening behind with Albon and Valtteri Bottas, but we still hold on to the lead. We now go into the fastest, longest section of the circuit. This would be an opportunity under DRS for the other cars to get past, but they can't do so at the moment. So Hookster is going to still hold on to this first position now as he brakes hard into this very peculiar selection of corners. Well done indeed. So we're about to complete lap 1 of the Grand Prix already, and the Hookster is still holding on to first position against Alexander Albon. Bottas still in third place. Just look at the mini-map, you can see the cars are very, very tightly packed together just after one lap. There's no field spread at the moment as we come around the final corner and complete lap 1 of this Grand Prix. The Hookster still in the lead as we accelerate forward now to lap 2. Hookster is still holding on to the lead of this race at the moment. The DRS has now been enabled for lap 3, which means this is going to give the opportunity for Albon to try and get past as Lance Stroll puts in our fastest lap. Oh my goodness, look at this, they're coming from behind. This is Alexander Albon. He's going to see if he can dive down the inside the Hookster, but no, but he does force Hookster very, very wide, but he manages to gather it up on the exit and still holds at the moment to the lead as we accelerate forward at lap 4. Still in the lead, but once again we've got pressure from behind. This is Albon, I think, once again trying to get past, trying to sneak past the Hookster to get this pole position, or should I say first position in the race, but he's not going to do it, and he's still holding on for grim death as we accelerate forward now to lap 6. And the Hookster holds on to the lead at the moment. Albon still chasing no behind. And look at this. I think he's going to go for another move down the inside, but the Hookster should have been covered off. Yes, he's going to cut off his nose. Oh, very, very deep once again into that turn 1 corner. And he's still desperately holding on to this first place. But for how much longer? These Mercedes are just so much faster as we accelerate for lap 6. And look at this. Once again, he's under real pressure from Alexander Albon. Look, they're darting and diving all over the show. Whoa, my goodness, what's going on? Wowzers! And he dives down the inside and manages to get the place back. This is absolutely fantastic performance from Hookster there. Oh my god, that was very, very close indeed. We almost had a complete disaster, but the Hookster still holds on to this first position. But once again, we've now got Valtteri Bottas trying to get past, and we've got, I think that's Albon trying to go around the outside once again. Look at this, look at this. And the Hookster breaks very, very late into the corner. Can he gather it up together? Yes, he can. So he's still holding on to the lead. I can't believe it as we accelerate forward out to lap 6. Hookster still in the lead. Bottas now in second place. Perez is in third. I don't know what's happened to Albon, but I think he's actually dropped back as Bottas desperately tried to get past the yellow flags come out, but he's not going to do so. So the Hookster is still holding on. Now we're not going to come in for our pit stop yet as the yellow flag is still out for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's the car slowing down. Like I say, we're not going to come in for our pit stop yet because, oh, Lewis Hamilton is out of the session. Lewis Hamilton is out of the Grand Prix. We'll leave it till the end of the race and we'll find out what happens to Lewis Hamilton. Anyway, as I say, we're not going to come in for our pit stop yet because if we do, we're probably going to get held in the pits as we accelerate forward at lap 7. We're still not going to come in for our stop because once again you can see on the mini-map that the cars are all behind us, so we're definitely going to get held up. So we're going to continue going round and see whether the other cars behind us come in for their stop. This is now lap 8. We're still in the lead. Perez in second. Albon now in third. We accelerate forward, that's still on lap 8. Are we now going to come in for our pit stop? The answer to that is going to be no, we bloody well aren't. But other cars have now started to come in. So have we got a gap? Have we got a large enough gap to actually come in for our stop? The answer to that is no. Our teammate comes in, but we've got a car right up our Jack Jones. You can see on the mini-map, it's right up the Jack Jones. It's Magnussen. It's Kevin Magnussen as we accelerate forward after lap 9. Are we now going to come in for our stop? And the answer to that is once again, no, it isn't, because more cars were right up our Jack Jones, but now they've come in for their pit stops. So now I think there is a gap forming between us and the second place car, which is going to be Webber. Yes, it is. So now it's time for us to come in for our stop as we accelerate forward at lap 10. So this is going to be very dicey indeed. Have we rolled the dice correctly or have we absolutely cocked it up? We're going to come in for our stop and hopefully get back out in the lead. But is it going to work or is it all gone Pete Tong for the Hookster? Let's have a look now. We're looking at that mini-map. There's another car. Oh, it's all right. There's a car coming in. It's the Williams, I do believe. We've got to look at that huge gaggle of cars that are just coming round as we now go, oh no, the team's put us on hard tyres. Why have they done that? Why do they keep putting me on hard tyres? I've got to check that strategy screen more often. I really have. Anyway, we are now coming out of the pits. There are cars going across. Look at this. The false injuries. Are we going to get out in front of these cars? It's going to be very, very dicey indeed. I don't know if we're going to do it. Are we going to do it? I'm not sure. Oh, bloody hell. There's the false India racing point, whatever you want to call it. There's going to be very, very little contact. No, there wasn't any contact, in fact. And we managed to do it, yes, back out into the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 11 with just 2 laps to go. We're unfortunately on hard tyres, but we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to keep pushing as we accelerate forward down to lap 13. It's the last lap of the race, and it looks like we may actually win the race despite the fact that the team putting us on bloody hard tyres which we didn't need. But it's okay, it's okay. We've got Magnussen now behind us. Where are both the Mercedes drivers? I don't know, but look at this. Magnussen's trying to get past, and now we're going to go very, very deep. Oh, shit! Balls! Bloody hell, that was close. That was bloody close indeed, but we managed to hold on to it. No damage to the car either. Just a few more corners to go, and we have won the Grand Prix. I don't bloody well believe it. No, I don't really believe it, but yes, round the final corner we go. Well, one corner to go, I should say, and now we're coming round, and we are going to complete the Grand Prix, and we win it! Yes.
Absolutely fantastic.
Whew,
It's a
get in
brilliant
there.
result. Well done.
That's exactly what we needed. And what happened to the Mercedes drivers? We're just about to find out. And there is Zach Brown from McLaren, who's very, very happy. And he's talking to Scott into the barrier, who's got a part-time job now doing the McLaren pit wall. Well done, Scott. And there he is, everyone. There's the Hookster. Look at him, so sprightly, just 39 years old and still winning races in a McLaren, no less. In a McLaren. And there is Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc. We finished in 7th in the Husk car. Well done, Charles. So up onto the podium now, you can see there is the Hookster taking the top spot in the McLaren. Unstoppable. Unstoppable. Does the championship fight back start right here? Or is that just a fluke? Well, we will find out in the later races. But now it's time for the champagne to go over everyone. Once again. Well done, lads. Well done indeed. Yes. Get up there. On to the top step for the Hookster. It's where he deserves to be, basically. Where he deserves to be. So there you go then. Hookster won the race. Lewis Hamilton did not finish. So have a look at the standings now. Look at this. Look at this. 31 points the difference now between us and Alexander Albon as we go into the later stages of this Grand Prix season. So let's have a look at a replay now and see exactly what happened to Lewis Hamilton during the race. So here we are. You can see that everything seems to be okay for Lewis at the moment. I can't see any problems whatsoever. Just coming around his... Oh, wait a minute. No, he's slowing down. The car is slowing down. There's nothing out the back of the car, though. Has he got a puncher? I'm just looking at the car. No, I can't see any punches. He's got a little bit of damage on his left-hand side. You can see his end fence is missing. But there's no punches on the car, but he's definitely slowing down. There's no smoke at the back of the car either, so there's definitely got to be some kind of, I don't know, electrical fault or something like that. But yeah, that's it. That's game over for Lewis Hamilton. Is he going to park the car up or is he just going to keep going? I don't know. Come on, Lewis, park it up, mate. No, he's just going to go along the rumble strips now. Come on, Lewis, park it up, son, park it up. Is he? Oh, finally, he parks up the car. So there you go. Very bizarre there from Lewis Hamilton. Weird. Anyway, so there you go. That's the end of the Grand Prix. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always. And of course, as always, there will, of course, be more later.